Losing a loved one can affect people in many different ways. You could lose yourself into a hobby and try and work the pain away. You might become a shut-in, shunning all outside help. Or you could try and rebuild an ancient wish-granting machine, losing more and more of your memories as you try and use this incomplete monstrosity to fulfill a wish that you've completely forgotten about, only to get absorbed by said entity as it goes on a massive rampage. Hey, people grieve differently. If you watched my previous video, you know that Galactic Nova is a wish-granting entity which grants your wish in the most downright monkey-paw way possible. Wish for food? Sure, but now you have to eat everything and everyone you see. Wish for money? Okay fam, but the weight of carrying it all will crush you. Want to move around? No problem. Let me just unleash my army of ants to take you apart bit by bit and rebuild you into something that can move but needs a driver to. No, I am not over this. In the video that I mentioned earlier, I said this. Nova looks downright terrifying with this new graphical makeover. Just for a bit of context, here's how Nova looked like in their last game appearance. Bit different. This caused a fair few people to say, actually, Nova appeared in a newer Kirby game, Planet Robobot to be exact, and to be fair, I can see why they would say that. To get people up to speed, in the backstory of Planet Robobot, Haltmann, the CEO of Haltmann Works, finds the blueprint of something called Stardream, along with Stardream themselves. While messing around, disaster happens, and Haltmann's daughter, Susie, is whisked away to an alternative dimension. Thing is, Haltmann thought she died. So, struck with grief, he continues to use Stardream to try and get his daughter back. The cruel thing is, the more he uses Stardream, the more memory that it takes from him. And when Susie finally breaks out of that alternative dimension and goes back to the Haltmann Works company, Haltmann doesn't even recognize her because of all the memories that have been siphoned away while using Stardream. Fast forward to the actual game, Haltmann tries to take Planet Popstar's energy, I'm assuming to power Stardream itself, and Kirby, being the diligent little worker he is, puts a stop to Haltmann's plan. Enraged by being stopped by what is basically a volleyball with arms and legs, Haltmann tries to use Stardream one last time, but Stardream has other plans, and absorbs Haltmann, and then becomes sentient and tries to grant Haltmann's wish of eternal prosperity for his company by destroying all life in existence. Now, granting a wish by wiping things out sounds a bit familiar, and during the boss fight, you find out why. That's right, Stardream is another entity like Galactic Nova, but they are not Galactic Nova themselves. They have different names, they have different color palettes, and their stories are overall very different. According to the Kirby lore, Galactic Nova and Stardream are known as clockwork stars, built by a race known as the Ancients. They are two of many, many different kinds, all just drifting off in space, waiting for someone to try and awaken them to grant a wish. Which is kind of terrifying in retrospect. Imagine little Timmy wishing on a shooting star, turns out it's a clockwork star, and half of Birmingham gets bombed out of existence. That being said, Stardream isn't the reason why people think Galactic Nova appeared in a newer Kirby game. It's the ultimate form that's got people asking questions. Most, if not all, Kirby games made nowadays have a arena and a true arena mode. Long story short, these are just boss rushes that you do of varying difficulty. But the final boss of the true arena mode has a surprise. It's Stardream, but now he's got a different color palette which looks strikingly familiar. So yeah, I can see why people would look at this and go, oh, that's just Galactic Nova. But despite the fact that they look similar, they are not the same. Starting off with the fact that it's called Stardream OS, but also, if you pause the game during the boss fight, you can see what looks to be Haltmann's final thoughts. The last remnants of his subconscious before it gets assimilated by Stardream itself, just wishing to see his daughter one last time. And just to drive the point home, on the final hit you hear Haltmann's dying scream. I did say Kirby games were dark, this is just depressing. So yeah, to answer a lot of the questions that are raised during the previous video, no, Stardream is not Galactic Nova, Stardream OS is not Galactic Nova. They are two different entities in the Kirby universe and are part of a wider range of clockwork stars. And I hope that the evidence that I have put forward in this video helps prove my point. And if I've missed anything that proves the contrary, please let me know. Now, the question that I'm asking is, if Nova can rebuild himself from... Does that mean Stardream can do the same? Does that mean we could potentially have a Robobot sequel? Maybe. Please? At least port the 3DS game to Switch or something, come on. Hello! Thanks for watching the video. I greatly appreciate every single one of you that make it to the end. The ones that don't, your time is coming. This one was just a quick follow-up after the Galactic Nova video, as a lot of people were saying the same thing and I didn't want to just copy and paste the same reply. I've always liked how deep the Kirby game lore actually gets when you really look into it, so it was quite a lot of fun to talk about one of my favourite plots in a Kirby game. I would really love it if they were to port this onto more modern systems. If you haven't watched the previous video, first of all, I'm sorry, you must be very confused. Second of all, you can watch that one right here. Alternatively, if you want to watch something else, I do have a review of Dispatch. And as always, if you want to know when I release new videos, please consider subscribing. I also release daily shorts talking about fun game trivia, so if you're into that, it's definitely worth your time. You can also catch me on both Blue Sky and Twitter if you want to see an old man ramble about things. And finally, the next video will be a review of an old Sega Saturn game. So if that sounds up your alley, please stick around. That's it from me, I won't keep you. Have a fantastic day and I'll see you next time. Ciao.